that was probably the most complicated light switch ever. Lots of cables, but that's done. You were meant to catch me up the top of that ladder, finishing the spots off. But I ran out of spots. I'm really getting had enough of spots, to be honest. But we've got like 4 or 5 more to do, and then we're done on the spots. I was going to finish all the plugs and the light switches, but we ran out of back boxes as well. So we've got a trip to the shop before we can go any further there. Let's, as we go into the shop, let's go and measure up for the plinths, and I'll explain a bit about around the doors. Right. So a quick tally up, I need about 50 metres linear of skirting board. So around the door we're going to put a 1/4 of a turn because we've got a little problem with the plasterboard, it's slightly protruding. So 1/4 of a turn piece of wood here, and then a nice architrave around. And I think we're going to paint all the way up to the frame, but not the frame itself. What do you think, Anna?
Good idea.
Okay, let me count those, then we're going downstairs, and after we've finished the project downstairs, we're going home and we're going to go through the budget and where we're up to on the budget. We have advanced with plasterboard, as you can probably see. We're going to have a quick look at that. But I think the plastering's really come out good up top here to hide any pipes. This is great. We've got lots of room here. I think probably anybody that is here, whether it's rental or sale, will want storage here because it's a brilliant spot for storage. So that's worked out really well. And of course we've got the plasterboard ceiling in on the staircase as well. Let's have a quick look at all that. So here we've got spot. Those 2 little traps there are for the air system because you need to clean the filters sometimes. Let me hop across there. And then we've got another spot there, and that is fresh air coming in. So I'll put this down to here, this extractor pipe for the kitchen. And I just want to know off you, Anna, what height to put it at so I can cut it off and pop the grill on the front.
Okay, I'll come and have a look.
Okay, Anna, so this is that extractor. What height do you want it at?
Well, just high enough so it does the work.
But doesn't get in the way of stairs. I mean, you don't go too close to it anyway. What do you think? So do you want it up here, Anna?
I think where you've put the plasterboard after, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so I just need to cut these pieces of metal off.
Yeah. And
pop another piece of plasterboard on and put the little connector in.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's get on to the juicy stuff because we've got a really important job to do today. So we're downstairs in the kitchen area. Of course, we've got insulation, underfloor heating, tiles to go down. But before I do all of that, I have to get the kitchen ordered. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is not a chateau kitchen. It's not a kind of mansion kitchen either. And so for the budget and for ease for whoever's in here, we're going to go with IKEA, and we're going to choose whichever one we think will look good here. And then the key to that is if somebody doesn't like it, they just take the doors off and change it, or take the worktops off and change it. We have one big problem though, and that is these walls are of course not parallel, not square, and so I need to calculate where these units that we've got coming from IKEA eventually, where they're going to go to. So let me get on with it and things will become clear after. So I'm so glad I've laid out on the floor because there was some real big problems on this. Basically, this wall here is 90 degrees to this wall, and then that one shoots off at an angle. I now have the layout, and you're happy with it, aren't you, Anna?
Yes, I am.
So, let me take you through the layout. Washing machine here. Dishwasher here. Taps and sink here, and I'll come back onto that in a minute. A long corner piece there where you can get right in down the back with lots of storage there. A 60 here, so just a normal unit here, and then a 40 here. Why no tap in front of the window? Because by the time we've got the tiles, I'm worried about heights and water splashing onto the window, getting in behind the plasterboard. It's just a nightmare, so I'm keeping it away from that window. The window will not be opening. It's a fixed chassis, so you're going to be able to see out but not open the window. There's no need. There are enough windows around to be open. Here we've got another 60. We've lost a corner here because it's not at 90 degrees. If it was at 90 degrees, we could get right in at the back. we've not lost a huge amount of space back there, but that was the big thing. It means that instead of 2 corner units, I'm just having 1 corner unit, and then this is going to have to be a door opening, either that way or that way, just so that we don't get in any problems in the corner here.
Some last minute adjustments.
Yeah, again, basically the oven has to go in a 60 centimetre unit because I'm not going to get a huge oven for a small house. So I was going to put an 80 here for the underneath the hob, but we've had to just change it quickly to a 60 and another 60. So this cable here is going to have to move across a bit. This cable here is going to have to move across a bit. It's all because we didn't get that 128 piece in the corner. We only got the 60 plus the bit that's there. The fridge is going to go here, and it's going to be a possible of, you know, American fridge as the French call it, so ice cubes and water, because there's going to be a tap there. And that works nicely as a triangle. So you've got the fridge there, wash basin there, and cooking here, kind of like the oven and the hot plate here, because you always have to try and work towards a triangle. But of course, it's a small kitchen, and so it's triangle. So the triangle was pretty natural this time. That's for the extractor fan, and I've just realised, yes, of course, we're going to cut a hole in the plasterboard straight through to outside for an extraction. So no kind of filter extraction. And that's just made me think, what are we doing? Are we having up top cupboards, Anna? I think we need them, to be fair.
Yes, we could do with some more units there.
Yeah, because it's like I say, it's a compact kitchen, and I think they're going to need all the space they can have in this kitchen. So we'll have to figure out what we're doing up top as well. So there we go. Got the shopping list for IKEA. It needs ordering now because I don't want to be delayed later on in the build. Okay, so this is where we're at financially. Bits and bobs have carried on and on and on and on. It shouldn't really be called bits and bobs, it should be called... So that's now been changed to lots of bobs because it went on and on and on. And so far we're at 16,926. On the other side, we were kind of somewhere around here, I think. The roof came back at 12,301. The floor and joist 1,500. Louis and Cyril, the final count on those guys was 14,700 in labour. The underfloor heating 1,346, not laid that yet. The bifold doors, I think they were really good value for money. They came in just over 3,000. And then the exterior tiles. Of course, it's not including the tile adhesive, that's somewhere in here, but the exterior tiles were 1,100, so I think that was good as well. So it's not really good news on the financial side. 236, 430. Now my original plan was to get it in for 250,000. Well, bad news is we've gone past that already. We're actually at 253,356. That's including these two numbers. On saying that, there are only really two big outlays. That's the air conditioning. It's probably going to come in about, all in about 4,000. And the front door, 2,000 to 3,000. So probably worst case scenario, we're at 7,000 extra. So That leaves us 10,000 for more bits and bobs. I can't see it being, that much more. And that would give us a budget of about 270,000 euros. I think it's still good. And of course, when we come to the end and we've finished all the work and we've got the final tally in, we'll be able to get the agent immobilier in to give us an actual quote on what they think the place is worth. So I think 20,000, like not even 10% contingency, that's not too bad actually. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell, then you'll know when our next vlog's out. See you all next time.